Well, hi again, everyone. Welcome to Blues Game Day Live, of course, with Joey Vitale. I'm John Kelly. The Blues getting set to kick off a 3-game road trip tonight at Honda Center against the Ducks. The game begins at 9 o'clock St. Louis time. And Joey Vitale, this is a huge road trip for the Blues. Tonight against the Ducks, tomorrow in L.A., Saturday against the San Jose Sharks, all big games.
They are. The point swings are really starting to get kind of close in the Western Conference right now. The Blues hitting this road trip. One thing that stands out as they head into this game here tonight against the Ducks, fresh off a 3-day break, which probably felt like 2 months for these guys who have just been hauling in February. A good reset. Some of the players had actually 2 full days off the ice. Ryan O'Reilly, Vladimir Tarasenko, Pietrangelo, among a few others. They had a really good skate yesterday, a jump in practice. So they're going to be looking to make this road trip a good start here tonight.
And Joey, the last time the Blues were here, just before the All-Star break, the Blues won the game. It held the Ducks to 13 shots on goal, a dominating performance.
It was just stifling. I remember that game very well. One thing that stands out in that game, you had contributions from every single line. We had Sanford on the board, Sundqvist, Sammy Blais scored a goal, Bozak, and I believe Vladimir Tarasenko scored the opening goal. And that's the line that we may see here tonight with Braden Shen on this road trip. It was the Shen, O'Reilly, Tarasenko line that opened up the scoring against that game versus the Ducks. But defensively, it was just one of the best performances from the St. Louis Blues all season long, and that was the game that really sparked this 11-game point streak that the Blues had.
Speaking of Braden Shen, it looks like he will play tonight. He's been pretty good in practice the last couple of days as far as the full workout. And the Blues offense has dried up a little bit of late, only 3 goals in their last 2 games. So they need Braden Shen to come back in the lineup and hopefully spark that top line.
Yeah, you would hope so. I mean, you look at the recent 6 games for the Blues since they've dropped off just a little bit. To me, I think Braden Shen's one of the main reasons why. I think that he adds speed, he adds physicality, he has that good presence on that first line. He works extremely well with Ryan O'Reilly and Tarasenko for whatever reason. I also think he's just a very calm player. I think Craig Berube has a great rapport with him. I think he can trust him. You put him out there in all situations of the game, you know exactly what you're going to get from him. He knows when to make a play and when to just to dump it in. He's a very good veteran player on this team, and the Blues are all looking up to him, and hopefully we'll see him here tonight against the Ducks.
Joey, as we know, the Blues won a club record 11 in a row. They were attacking every night, scoring goals, defending well. Obviously, there was going to be a drop-off, but also, obviously, the Blues need to get back to that game. What do they need to do tonight to find that game again?
Well, I think the first thing was they needed a break, and I think they got that break. I think having 3 days off was huge. I mean, I watched the game. You watched as well, John. The Carolina-Dallas back-to-back. That was a hard stretch of hockey, and it ended on a very bad note here for the Blues. It's taken a couple losses there. But I think that the group was just really tired. I think these 3 days off has been a wonderful thing. Look for them to have some urgency here tonight, especially in that Dallas game. I think at times that the Blues were depending on the puck movement to do all the work. And in this league, you have to have good puck movement, but you got to move your feet. I think the Blues were tired. Now they got some rest. I expect the team here tonight under Craig Berube to come out with some urgency, come out with some jump, some energy, bring that physicality back. Braden Shen's going to help with that if he is in the lineup here tonight. So with the rest and this kind of new surge of energy the Blues should be feeling here after this break, I think those are all good signs lean forward.
However, just because the Ducks' record right now indicates that they're out of the playoffs doesn't mean this game is a layup. They won in Arizona last night 3-1, and since the last meeting, they made a couple of changes. Bob Murray, the GM, fired Randy Carlyle. He is now behind the bench. And Corey Perry did not play against the Blues the last game. As a matter of fact, that was the last game he missed. He is back, and he is obviously a big-time player.
He's huge. I mean, yeah, Corey Perry is one of the toughest players to play against in this National Hockey League. They have him back, and, yeah, they sit second to last in the Western Conference, but this is a group full of veterans that have just a lot of pride in that locker room. And not just pride, but they love to play spoiler to the St. Louis Blues and all kinds of teams that are looking for a playoff spot. Look at Arizona last night. A veteran group led by Getzlaf. You have Perry, Silverberg, Fowler. The list kind of goes on and on with the guys that have pride in that room. And now they're kind of getting a new surge of energy from some young guys. They got Raw up on the first line there. He just got called up from the American League. Terry on that bottom line. They're really high on this kid as well. So the mix of veterans and a lot of young guys with speed in this lineup, they're getting some terrific goaltending. Had 2 very big power play goals last night in Arizona. This is a dangerous team. The Blues cannot overlook it.
All right, big game tonight as the Blues kick off this 3-game California road trip. The game can be seen on NBC Sports Network at 9 o'clock, and you'll have the call on the 50,000-watt blowtorch with Chris Kerber. Pre-game show starts at 8:30. Again, puck drop just after 9 o'clock. Thanks for this, Joey.
John, thank you. Always a pleasure.
All right, enjoy the game tonight, folks.